Welcome back, everyone. I decided I'd come over here, fire up the skid steer, because I do have two parts arriving for it today. One of them is this bottom fitting, and it's just, it won't, when you push the hose into it, it just doesn't hold it. So anyways, it's locked up in there, and we soaked it, like we actually took that off, soaked it in WD-40 for 24 hours, and it didn't make a difference. So we bought a new one. It should be here today. Fluid's good. Oil real quick. Oil's good. I didn't think it was cold enough to need the glow plugs today, but it's like 70, 75, something like that. Lunchtime, and then we'll be back at it. Lunch is over, hopping back in, and we're gonna go up here where we have the most trees in our pastures and clean things up there. It'll make sense once we get there. Then the other thing we need to do is on this fence line down here where all of our trees are, our biggest amount of trees. We actually own about 15 feet into that tree line, but we're too we're lazy. We're not going to move the fence 15 feet because it's just not going to gain as much anyhow. It's all trees. Anyhow, a lot of those trees have branches that are just simply out and leaning down, and I can't get the tractor under it. And then we have the same situation going on over at the hayfield, so we're going to fix all of that. As you can see, I've already trimmed some of them. I actually trimmed that tree up right there, the branches of it. However, I pressed the record button, but apparently not hard enough, so it didn't record it. But I wanted to show something. I wanted to show how close to the ground, what makes a tree shear so useful. So this tree, right, the cut is actually relatively smooth, but you can see right here how close that was to the ground. So when I come across this with a brush hog next year, the chances of me hitting a stump are pretty much none. I did the same thing with all these trees. A couple of these trees will stay, mainly because I think they're going to be useful, sort of. Yeah, we got a couple of trees that aren't going to stay over here. Right now, I want to get this stuff out of here. Now this is the part that I think is going to suck. The tree shear is wonderful, but it could be quicker, I guess. So like, what would be ideal for something like that is actually a mulcher. However, the mulcher attachments start at like $10,000 and go up from there. So needless to say, that's not happening. I just had to show you guys this tree. So these trees are called locust trees, thorn trees. Anyways, those are all incredibly sharp and incredibly hard spikes that are growing off this tree. They're on the branches, they're on the trunk, they're on everything. those same branches, or even the trunk of the tree, goes like our big tractor, our 7045, it'll go straight through that tire. Those things are strong as nails. It's incredible what they'll puncture. Fortunately, you don't have to worry too much about that on the skid steer because the skid steer has foam filled tires. So we're gonna cut this, get it out of here, and burn it. Like, these trees are awful. Well, we're gonna have to take a break for the day. I had to take this belt off because I'm pretty sure you can see that right there. There's a pulley right here in front of you. There, you should be able to see it. It'll move if I go backwards, but if I try to bring it forwards, there's a lot of resistance. So we're gonna pull that off and see what's broken in it. I took the belt off so I could get it back to the shop though. Hopefully we can get there and not overheat.